And so I'm going to record this tonight. So I'm happy to be here with some of my co-hosts. They're going to be sharing their stories. If you're here, you've already heard some great things. You've probably seen a little about the little yellow pill, which was probably, for all intents and purposes, in this generation, the world's first genetic activator. And certainly the world's first genetic activator that had research, over 30 peer-reviewed published studies, including the US government, over 16. So the number is actually 17 US and international patents. And it was proven to actually turn on human genes and decrease human cell damage like nothing else in the world. I ran across it a few years ago. It was on the store. Hold on. We got people coming in from, we got Philippines in the house too. Good to have you, Josh, Faye, good to have you with us tonight. Jalyn, hey, good to see you. Loretta, thanks for coming. And Elena, hey, good to see you. Thanks for joining. So I saw this little company with this little yellow pill, and it was being sold on the store shelves. But here was the problem. It was so advanced in what it could do, in what it meant, that nobody was buying it because it wasn't muscle milk, right? It wasn't collagen, right? And so I helped take it off the store shelves and put it in the hands of people who were actually going to use it and then share their stories. And that's why we're here. We're taking this message, activate your DNA, transform your wellness in a way that you're not going to get anywhere else. And so it's been transformational for us. My wife, actually, I'll share her story tonight, and then I'll turn it over to my co-hosts. My wife, Stephanie, contracted or met with something called Epstein-Barr Virus. Maybe some of you have heard about that. You can drop it in the comments. It is an immune system condition. It knocked her out in 8th grade, actually. And, people wondered, hey, why don't you just get up and, motivate yourself and get out of bed? It doesn't work like that. It came back. It came back when we had our first child together. She was 32, and all of those symptoms came back. But the difference this time is that she was activating. She was 20 years older, right? 25 years older or 20 years older, but she was activating. And so she's been able to live a lifestyle that she couldn't have even at 8th grade, even, in her early teens, because her body is responding. And that's my message to people. Listen, there's a lot of great stuff. You should use some of it. But the first thing you should do is activate your genes, because you can't do it any other way. And if you're over 21, it's a downhill slide. So with that, let me turn this over to what we call 60-second stories. This would be a really long call. 60-second stories from some of my co-hosts. I'm going to go to Puerto Rico and have Florence La Roca start us out. I'm going to bounce up, or maybe I should say bounce down to Florida. Carolee, if you could jump in. Vivian, if you could jump in, because I know you're going to apply this whole activation thing to the animal kingdom. All right. And then let's go way out there to Mr. Talkie Talk himself, Phil, an autoimmune specialist out of Bali, Indonesia. So if the four of you could share your stories, I would be most indebted and grateful. Florence, will go to you. We're just going to, again, folks, if you're here for the first time, we're going to talk about what activation, what putting this pill and turning your genes on can do in people's lives. 60 seconds. Florence, you're up.
Have you ever been in a place that your life has taken a different direction? That happened to me just in a regular day to work. I fell off a spiral staircase at the height of 6 feet. So all of a sudden I find myself, after that severe head injury, being a single mother of 3. I could not be the mother I dreamt to be, the leader in the community. I was not the entrepreneur that I was always, and it's always been. I was lost, broken, hopeless. I couldn't even complete the task of picking up my kids in school. I would get lost in the way. I could not cook a meal because my senses had heightened. So we lived a life of uncertainty. I was told about activation. And what was beautiful, it was that my kids were telling me how I was performing better, how I was thinking better. And as I started activating these different pathways inside my body and stacking with those different activators, I knew that there was a future for me, a future for my family. So now I'm in a leader in the community, sharing what activation can do for the family and what it can do to the whole world. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Florence. I'm Carol Lee Gould in Morstan, Florida. And my story started way back in 1973, which is really a while ago. I was in a plane crash and broke my leg very badly. And at that time, I got fixed, but it wasn't fixed right and it wasn't straight. And as time went on, I'm very active, ride horses, exercise, jogged, and it wore out my ankle and my knee. And I was reaching for injections and pain medication, whatever. Fortunately, I was introduced to these products and I started using them and I had some improvement. And not enough. The doctor wanted to replace my ankle. And it was so bad that I couldn't walk on rough ground and everything hurted. I had to be careful all the time. And then we came out with another product and I stacked and I could, I think almost day by day, I could feel it improve. Today, I can be practically normal. I can walk freely. I can go on hikes. I sleep with no pain in my ankle, and I couldn't do that. I get up after a couple steps, I'm gone. And I'm so grateful that I can put these products in my body. From every single morning of my life, I start this way, and I'll continue forever. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Vivian. I am from San Diego, California. I'm an animal advocate, rescue, and also a foster mom to four-legged children. My beginning with the product was I was at a time in Miami and I was running a hedgehog rescue. And at that time, I was also just got, a surrender. A hedgehog that had medical condition has been to the exotic vet and did not see any improvement. And I, of course, posted it in Facebook, trying to find a holistic approach, holistic solution. And I was approached by this kind soul named Lillian, and she volunteered to, send me some DNR2 pills and says, give it a try. And I did. And whole and behold, within a short time frame, Elle, the little hedgehog, recovered from her condition and was able to be rehomed within a short time frame, and saving me tons of exotic vet bill, which, as most of you all know, it's like 3 times more than a regular vet. If you think of a regular vet is expensive, just imagine if you have to send your babies to the exotic vet. And being a rescue is always from my own pocket money. So with that saving, I was able to help many more hedgehogs. And I also, because I see a positive result on Elle, I took the extra step of activating it myself. Now my whole household, my 3 dogs, my partner, and myself, and my 6 cats are all activated. And I will be blessed and grateful to Lillian for extending her hand in reaching out to me. Thank you.
I love that we can actually activate our animals and ourselves. I love this. It's so cool. I'm Phil. I'm an autoimmune transformation specialist. I'm here in Bali, but registered under Australia. And when I looked at this business or looked at the product, I was always on this quest for trying to help my health, because I got something called vitiligo, which is basically a loss of pigmentation in the skin. So I was like Michael Jackson. It wasn't black going white. I was white going a whole lot whiter. Now, when you've got a skin condition, bluntly saying it's not cool. It's very emotionally draining. So I've been doing some interesting things, and my health was getting better, and my skin was repigmenting, doing all these things. And then someone introduced me to LifeVantage, and it was more for my clients, because working with anyone with an autoimmune condition, they've always got a gut issue. So I saw that LifeVantage had a probiotic, which was amazing, because everybody who I work with in different countries wanted to know what's the best probiotic that they can use. So bottom line, I jumped on board because of that. And then when I actually saw the science of NRF2, I said, hold on, this makes so much sense, because what it does, reduces the inflammation in the body and what have you. So I looked at it, I jumped on board, and I became talky talk and shared with all my clients. Lo and behold, I've noticed my skin repigmenting even quicker, which is a huge, huge deal for someone who's got vitiligo. So I just cannot stop sharing it. I love this product, love the business. And yeah, just come and talky talk, because you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. Thanks for letting me share.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Darlene, actually, I'm going to come to you too. Can I ask you to pop on the product side of things before we move forward?
Thank you for asking. I'm very honored. My name is Darlene Sorensen, and I live in the Ozarks. And we were in a dire need for some health answers when my phone rang, and the person on the other end asked me if I was interested in health. And I asked him what he had. He sent me a video. I watched it. I signed up and I ordered, and we've taken it every day since then. What a blessing it's been for our health to turn it around. I tell people I felt like I was in a canoe paddling as fast as I could away from the waterfall, but I wasn't making any ground. And now we're in wonderful shape. And I love waking up every morning thinking of who I can share this product with, because if you don't have your health, if you have your health, you have 1,000 dreams. And if you don't, you have but one, and it's to get your health back. I've never seen anything in the world that's made such a difference in everybody's life who has just take the opportunity to take it, to put it in their body, something all natural that makes such a profound difference. So thank you very much for letting me share.
Awesome. Wow. Super, super, super grateful. Thank you. So at this point, here's kind of the punchline is get on the pill, right? Get activated. We have a philosophy called activate and stack. So get on Protandim, okay? Activate your DNA, activate your genes, and then you can stack other products. If you're looking for gut health, Phil was looking for gut health options, right? As in his specialty, what he does with helping people, some amazing probiotics and other gut health prebiotics. But activating is always the foundation, right? If you're looking for weight management, if you're looking for hair, right? I work with people in the hair community. We've actually taken this same philosophy and applied it to hair care. So we put NRF2 activation in the hair care, but activate and stack. So that's really the punchline to this point, 17 minutes into it tonight, is you can't get the results. I don't care what you're doing. If you're taking a pharmaceutical approach, if you're taking a natural approach, mega supplementation approach, or a whole foods approach, you can't get the results from those approaches without activating. Okay, it is a night and day difference. So that's what we're passionate about. That's our message. That leads into part 2 tonight of our meetup, and that is, why are we sharing this? How are we sharing this? Where are we sharing this? And what's happening because we're sharing this? And that's the business side of things. If you'll remember, I told you that when I invested in this company, they were a biotech company trying to sell their product in GNC, in CVS pharmacies, in vitamin shops, okay, around the nation, and it just didn't have traction. And so we took it out and put it into a model where people could actually share. And here's why that's so important. Who do you trust more? The commercial, the billboard, the newspaper ad, or somebody who you like, you trust, who recommends something, right? The power of word of mouth. So we're taking that philosophy and sharing this throughout the world. We literally are just in the middle of launching the Philippines market. I see Josh here. Josh is here from the Philippines actually tonight. And that's actually our company's number 3 market in 3 months. It's over the top, amazing, crazy. That developing nation, right? There is a large portion of the population who's looking for that. We have, Indonesia and Australia represented here tonight. We have Europe, we have Asia, of course, North America, which would include Mexico, right, in the Latin community, Latin-speaking communities. So I want to turn this over to some of my co-hosts to share their perspective about the business, right? Is money important? Absolutely. I'm going to tell you, I'm a business guy and the money is very important. But there are other things in addition to the money. Flexibility is a major issue in the world economy right now, right? Being able to work wherever you want, whenever you want. People following their passion. People are finding their passion here unexpectedly. So I'm going to turn this over to some of my co-hosts to share their stories. I'm going to go Lillian. I'm coming to you in Florida first. Mary Lynn, I know you're not camera live, but I was hoping that you would be able to join me. I'm Heidi, if I could come to you as well, and Beverly, but I'm going to change up the order. Beverly, I'm coming to you first, since I know you're camera live. Then I will go to you, Heidi, and then Mary Lynn, and then Lillian in that order. Okay, Beverly, I'll give it up to you. This is 60 seconds on why the business or what the business has given them. Thanks, Bev.
Thank you. So whenever this opportunity came to me, I had two companies. I had a construction company and a cleaning company. It was very, very taxing on my body. And I was really looking for something that I could do when I became an empty nester. I had two girls about to graduate from high school. And that time was really coming, it was coming fast. So when I got introduced to this, I was really open. I loved the business model. I loved the flagship product. I loved what it did for my body. And I loved the system. And now with the CEO app and the community and with the ITT system in place, I'm just really able to have the freedom. I'm able to do something I can be passionate about without all the physical labor. And I'm really excited about what the future with this company is all about. So thank you so much for asking me to share.
I'm unmuted. Aloha, everybody. I'm Heidi White here in Hawaii. I've lived here over 40 years and really enjoyed being a realtor for the last 26 years, full time. And I have a niche market in oceanfront and very successful. But every time I'd sell a property, I actually have to go out and get another job. And it's harder than you think. Plus, I support two family members that is a constant for me. So even though I'm an empty nester, I still have that to look and feel responsible for. Now, when this business was shared with me, I jumped in right away. I didn't start the products. I bought the distributorship because it was presented in a way that it made a lot of sense to me, and I intend to move from real estate full-time into this business as I can build. And I really look forward to it because it's a win-win. You're lifting other people up by sharing the business or products. And, it's a total positive environment. I haven't met anybody in the business that hasn't been a rock star. So it's positive every which way. And thank you for letting me share.
Hey, Seth, I'm live. I'm excited to share. I was a photographer and I actually photographed Dr. McCord, who formulated Protandim back when this was at Vitamin Shop and Rite Aid and on store shelves. And I had always loved the MLM business model, but I had never found a company that I wanted to be part of because something wasn't right. Either the product wasn't that great or the compensation plan wasn't great. So I was super excited when I heard that they were moving this product from the store shelves to direct sales. And I felt like I'd finally found the place that I could call home, because without a product that was that amazing, I really wasn't interested in doing the business. But I get to do the business with a product that I'm absolutely passionate about, and I get to help people succeed And that gives me fulfillment and joy in my life. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I hope to work with more of you as we go forward.
Hi, I didn't know that, Marilyn, that you photographed Dr. McCord. Oh my goodness. So I'm Liliane Merida. I'm a dog trainer. I'm based in Florida. And when this opportunity was presented to us, I had just heard my husband's neurologist say it's going to be 2 years before you can walk and go back to work. So needless to say, we were kind of like in a panic. And the last thing I was looking for was another job, because I became caregiver for him 24/7. But we both worked very hard. I have my dog training business and my husband in a traditional business. We worked very hard. We were in our mid-50s and we had very little money saved for retirement, because when you're raising a family and paying for mortgage and cars and broken things, well, there never seems to be enough money to be able to put away for retirement. So I thought I was going to have to be like a Walmart greeter or bag groceries at Publix. Like, I thought I was going to have to work till I dropped dead. So I saw that ABC report, my jaw fell to the ground. I wanted for everyone in my family. And that has turned into me having the ability to actually have an IRA, which in 30 some years of working, I could have never done. So my initial, let's say, excitement was, what if I can build a little bit residual income for my retirement, like additional income, not residual, just additional. But like Seth said, now it's turned into a passion. My passion is I want to help 100,000 dogs. I'm also in that Activation for Animal group, and is just what fuels me every day. And having this app where we can work on our phones, on the nooks and crannies of our day. We share the information. It's just amazing to have this wonderful opportunity, because this is what the world is moving to. We saw it with the pandemic, that we're all mobile. People want to work remotely, and we have the ability to do this thanks to this app. And like everyone said, the community, the support is just something I've never seen. So thanks for letting me share. Back to you, Seth.
I don't know. I don't even want to say anything. That was powerful. Awesome. And Heidi, I loved your comment about rock stars. I hope everybody was thinking, Heidi said, I haven't met anybody that wasn't a rock star. I was thinking, that's me. I hope you were all thinking I'm the rock star, right? Meaning you're the rock star, not me. But I hope you were thinking in first person, hey, I'm that rock star, right? Richard actually is a rock star. He's our resident musician. I should say one of them. I know some of you identify as musicians. So just what a powerful meetup. This little meetup that we do is part of an online system. This is step 3 of 3. So congratulations, go make a decision, start activating, and or come share the message. I'll close with this. I had a good friend of mine who's an amazing multi, tens of millions of dollars producer in the field of entrepreneurship and wellness in Thailand. And really was instrumental in opening up the market in Thailand maybe 20 years ago to the idea of super antioxidants. Okay. We'd call that just supplementation, right? Tremendous entrepreneur. And I almost want to call him a scientist, because he reads probably more science books and research than my own primary care physician does. And I was on a call with him recently, and he brought my attention something I hadn't even heard of. And he said, there are 12, I'm talking to you as a business, I'm talking to your business minds right now. There are 12 disruptive technologies in the world right now. There are 12, okay? Things like, and when we say disrupt, we're talking about technologies that are basically going to pull the rug out from the old world and put new floor covering in, right? We're not talking about new and improved. We're not talking about a little shift. We're talking about, for example, the president of Mercedes-Benz saying, I think we're going to lose 50% of our employees because they won't be needed because of artificial intelligence, right? That's a disruptive technology. Self-driving cars, the cloud, the Internet of Things, cloud technology. If you think that the internet's just going to be nice, it's not. People are going to be disrupted, in every single industry, Heidi, speaking of which, including real estate, right? And so you have to be willing to shift. You have to be willing to see where things are going. Well, one of these 12 technologies, and only one of them, has anything to do with human health. So the way I looked at it is the number one going to change the world, health technology, over the next half of a generation, is something they actually call genomics, meaning turning on human genes. And guess what we have? The world's number one researched, proven, efficacious, patented product in the world. And frankly, and those of you who are on here, Pepe, my good friend who's on here, is an entrepreneur and a businessman, and a customer. He started activating recently when he complained about his body's performance at basketball. I would concur. I was complaining about his performance as well. I hope to see you tomorrow morning, by the way. Anyway, if you ask the people who who aren't part of the network yet, they have no idea. Like genomics, it's not something people have even heard about. So from an entrepreneur standpoint, there's a massive opportunity to jump into your networks, into your friends, into your family, into your colleagues, and the people that you associate with online, on Facebook, in social medias, in stories, in reels, whatever, right? There's a big, big opportunity to make a big splash and do well for yourself financially while doing good. So thank you all. I'm gonna clip the recording right here and say thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll actually